Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the SDL League Season 0.5 for Warno. Today we are with Darkneutron and Toof, both fantastic players. They both play a little bit off meta. You tend to get some really interesting games from these two, and I've kind of been looking forward to this matchup, to be honest. Darkneutron is over on the right in blue playing as the 5th Panzer, and over on the left in red is Toof playing as the 79th. Both heavy tank divisions, but with plenty of infantry to spread about as well. I'd just like to say two bits of news before we get into it properly. One is thank you very much everyone who's subscribed. We hit over 7,000 subs on the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Please do sub if you haven't already. The silliest thing is it makes such a difference in the games industry, because if I want to approach developers or publishers for keys or early access to something, or an early demo to show off to you guys, then the only way to do that, unfortunately, is with numbers a lot of the time. The entire industry seems to run on numbers, and it's why, for example, developers will ask you to go and wishlist their game on Steam, because investors and stuff look at wishlists on Steam now. This is just the way the industry is, but thank you so much everyone who has subscribed. It is greatly appreciated, and he is too, hopefully another 7,000 subs. The other bit of news is I've been unwell for the last few days. I've had a nasty cough and a very sore throat and lost my voice a few times and a very nasty series of headaches. Today I'm feeling quite a bit better, so hopefully I get through this okay, but I apologise if I don't seem quite as with it as I usually would. But I thought I should do a video. I've been sort of interspacing pre-recorded stuff the last couple of days. That's why there hasn't been as many videos. Let's have a look at what Darkneutron has down. So Darkneutron over here with a couple of Lux, a Fernspeyer and the Jaeger Aufkuhl. Usual spread across the front of the map, a little bit aggressive with the Lux at that side. Over here, we have quite a lot down. 2 Fliegerforce, 2 Sicherungs, and 3 Leo 1A1A1s heading up to the top end of Alpha. In the middle, we have 3 Fliegerforce, the Sicherung, a Roland 2, and a command tank, which is also heading to the center. And at this side, we have another command and a Milan 2. Milan 2 heading into the center. Absolutely nothing really going to the bottom other than some recon. Let's have a look at the other side. Over here we've got 2 Razvedka, 1 heading into Echo, 1 heading into the bottom of Alpha, and some Spetsnaz group heading up to there as the game starts. The MiG-23 in straight away. Obviously concerned about the helicopters. The 5th Panzer do get access to a couple of Apaches. We also have the Mi-24 VAA there, probably for the same reason. We've got a Cub and some supply at the back there. In the center, we have some Konkers, Motorstrelky Metas, and a command that is appearing to go to Delta, and then Echo going by the blue line. And then over here, we have a couple of Motorstrelky MBMPs and a T-80 PVK for Alpha, and some Motorstrelky Metas coming in at the top there. Already a big change to what we've seen in a lot of the tournament games lately, which has been a push on Echo and Charlie at the bottom here. We're not seeing that this time. It is a push for Alpha. Mi-24 AA is going to make a mess of these Fernspeyer. Well, the Fliegerforce are coming in, so we'll have to act quickly. Going for the Iltis first, but surely going to switch targets. There it goes. Fernspeyer not going to last long here. Fliegerforce deploying now. The Mi-24 is backing off, possibly going to try and deal with the Lux over at the side of the map there. You can just see it on the far left. It's engaging on the Metis. It smokes itself. Mi-24 is engaging from the side. Does get a couple of hits, but it's currently being hit by the Fliegerforce. Surely this goes down here. It's going to be very lucky if it doesn't. That is a very lucky Mi-24. And I think it's going to get out here, because they're going to fire again. But no, it's out of range. Mi-24 is safe. BMP-2 is coming in there and dropping off the Motorstrelky. That looks obviously going to be at risk from the BMPs if it gets any closer. Well, the BMP is currently firing at the Leo 1A1A1s, which have smoked. Was a little bit late on the smoke there. One almost got a missile in the front. T-80 BVK already showing itself off here by engaging. Leo 1011's backing off. BMP2 does take a bit of damage. T80 BVK struggling to get any hits on here. Not ideal. What is this jet that's in? Is it still the MiG-23? It is. The MiG-23 still flittering about there. T80 BVK accidentally moves onto the line and just out the point there. Very little movement at the other side of the map. Just a little skirmishing going on here. Toof will want to push into these buildings. I'm going to see a bit of a build-up of forces for both players. Just going to spin those around. I want to see what Toff's bringing in here. I'm wondering if we're going to see T80B. There we go. I was wondering if we're going to see some BVs coming in. We do have the T80BV IZD29 coming in at the top there. Just at the right-hand side next to the minimap. And the SU-25 coming in above that as well. I'm not sure what that's coming in for. It's another band unit to have knocking around. There's a fair bit of AA on the ground at the moment. But certainly good against the Leos. Good against the Leo command in the center. But there's no recon in the center for Toof, which means that that's going to be hard to spot and keep target locked for an SU-25. SU-25 almost looked as if it was going to engage there, but flittering around the back. Good push here from Toof. He is clearing out those Zisharungs quite well. SU-25 going for the looks. Misses with its missile. Just hits next to it, but it's finished off by either the Metasol or BMP there. SU-25 does take a hit from the Roland 2 and will back off now, though. Supplies coming in for the Leos here. My-24 is repaired and on its way back in. Not going to be the most useful aircraft at the moment because obviously there are a lot of Flieger Force around and it can only take so many hits. And it doesn't have any long-range missiles, so even if these tanks were to push up beyond the Flieger Force, it doesn't have an ATGM to deal with them. Let's move into this building here with the Zisharungs. The Zisharungs die to their own unit, I think, there. I think the tank finished them off with some splash damage. Artillery in for Toof there. Firing at these back tree lines. Conker's firing there in the center. Gets a kill on another Unimog. Conker's not getting very many good kills at the moment. Has killed a couple of transports. Down goes the Mi-24. That's what I was worried about. It's just not up to the task of hitting stuff from longer range. Milan 2 here. Being utilized well in this building. Managed to get a kill on a BMP2. Artillery coming in on the tanks at the back there and the supply. T80BV IZD smoked there. There is a Leo 2A3 against them now, of course. So need to be a little bit more careful. Metis there, unfortunately, whiffing their missiles a bit. Another T80BV IZD29 coming in. I did say we'd probably see some tank battles in this game, and there indeed we will. Good use of artillery now on the buildings. That is the right place to use it, in my opinion. Clear out all those infantry and the Flieger Force. If you can clear this top side, he has shots across onto the tree line in the middle. Some Marders coming in, and another 2A3 coming in the center, and a Gepard. Conker's coming in at this side now. He wants to be careful with those, depending on how close they get. Artillery going in on the next building along. Gets the kill on the Flieger Force. Might get a lucky hit on the Milan behind as well. Leo 2A3 almost takes a Conkers. Feels like there's a lot of units coming in for Darkneutron at the moment. A little bit of fire going in on these tanks now, but they simply will overwhelm the motor-stroking metas. And it's going to die because it's not being retreated. Another T80BV ICD-29 being called in for the center. I think we're going to see quite a few of those built up at that side. In here. Engine damaged on the Leo command tank. Where is that artillery landing now? Oh, emptied that building there. The Milan are dead in that building as well. Good idea from Toof, just doing a little bit of clearing up. Has 2 artillery pieces in now. Isn't moving those artillery pieces though. Conker's finally able to get some shots off at these Leos. They do smoke though. MiG-23 in at the back. Good push in the center here from Darkneutron. He's moving up his Jägeraufkull. Obviously the Metis won't survive this engagement. They're going to die to something. Conker's now in range of the tank cannons. Might get a hit. Does not, it misses. Trying to evac the Conker's now. Oh, out just in time. Not looking too bad at the moment for Darkneutron. He's managed to secure a bit more of the center. Roland 2 gets nice hit on the MiG-23. SU-25 is in. Takes a hit as well. Nice positioning and assault going on here from Darkneutron. Oh, nice kill by the T-80B though. 2 Martyrs go down. Leo 101 goes down. Infantry getting ripped apart a little bit here. Oh, nasty hit on the T-80B though. That needs to get out of there. Yes, pushing across the open field didn't really end well. Leo 203 was moved up to engage those tanks there. Unimog supply goes down at the back. BMP2 at the side there. Almost took a Milan. This is a real scrap going on at the moment. Leo 203 taking a lot of damage from that T-80BV. Oh, and it gets side shot to finish it off as it reverses. That was unfortunate timing, though, to be honest. If it had got the hit on the front, I think it was going down anyway. 2 Leo 101s remain. 1 Leo 101 remains. Toof clearing up here, but the T-80 IZD took a nasty hit from Milan. Apache's in as well. It's stunned, it's locked down, it's dead. Apache gets the kill. That's an unfortunate loss of a T-80. Leo's not looking so great in the middle either. I feel like Toof has come out slightly on top in the tank game here. Lacking AA at the front though. His Cub is a bit far back. Obviously great for aircraft, but not so good against this chopper. He's having to call some anti-air in. But look at where Darkneutron got to with his Jägeraufkull in the middle there. He's way up the front of the point. And Toof is really backed into a corner here. Neither player bringing in anything at the bottom. Absolutely nothing down there at all. I genuinely think both players would struggle to stop even a small assault. MiG-23 comes in for the Apache, does not get the kill, but goes down itself to the Roland and the Gepard. Apache landed now for safety. Artillery coming in on the center there. If we spin around. Leo 203 taking shots from the Conkers. Oh, but he kills the Conkers. Conkers were just hanging on in there with very little health. Darkneutron pushed back a bit more, but equally Toof has lost control of this left side of the map here. Though neither player is currently in that tree line. Still penned back into this corner with his tanks. And a bit of a mishmash in the middle here. I mean, Darkneutron had a good push, but Toof has managed to regain some control. All neutralized still currently. 27 minutes left of this game. I'm surprised we haven't seen either player try anything at the bottom. There's a real focus on this front line. No artillery in yet for Darkneutron. Artillery going in on the Fuchs Milan at the back corner there. Leo 2A3's pushing up here in the centre. This could be a good push, surely. There's going to be a response from all these T-80s. They could move to the edge of this forest. If he moves them up to here, he'd have good line of sight across there for the most part. Yeah, you could, at this side, you can see all those tanks. You just got to be careful of the building. But anywhere from sort of here, he'd have eyes on those tanks. Strela in now with an Eagler at that side and two T-80Bs moving in. There's not a lot protecting that side now. If he can clear out that Milan 2, which is low on missiles, doesn't have any one missile left. There's potential he could easily clear that side with the tanks. Fleet of Force doing some serious damage to the Mi-8T rocket attack. T-80BV moving in, getting some shots off at the Jaeger Aufgol. The T-80 is moving into a nice position here, along with the BMP-2, laying down some fire on the Pioneers. T-80BVK assisting. Looks like there's a push coming in the middle here. T-80BV takes some nasty hits. Has to smoke and retreat. SU-25AT goes down to the F4Fs. F4F goes down though. Cub getting some nice shots off. Managed to get another nice hit on the F4F as it evacs from the map. Zischerung's being charged across an open field here. This does not work. They are getting absolutely minced, and by the time they get there, they're not going to be able to do anything anyway. They are just panicked. Motorstrelky there getting hit quite hard by the Leos in the middle. T-80B at that side, badly damaged. I think the other T-80B has gone down there. Oh, they both go down. There's a Leo 2A4 there. I didn't even see that come in. This T-80BV IZD, half health. One on its own just went up against 3 Leo 2A3s. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. Sending one big tank against 3 big tanks, you're going to lose. That is not a good use of that tank. You need to have an equal amount in this situation. BMP still blatting away at that side. T-80B rolling in. It's that Leo 2A4 though that's the problem. PMP2 goes down. He needs to deal with the Leo. Until that's dead, everything at that side is massively at risk. And these 3 Leos in the middle just have free reign at the moment to do what they want. They've got a Gepard with them as well. Roland's close behind. So they've got good air cover. Supplies arriving at the back here for the T-80BV. Are there any more T-80s coming in? It's another T-80BV. Another 2 T-80s. Really needs these T-80s up here at the front of this tree line. In a large group, not just 1 or 2. He's going to need 3, 4, maybe even 5. Just to make those Leos think twice. Artillery coming in on those Leos as well now, or at least on the area they are placed. They are moving across now though. Might get some kills on the supply back there with the artillery. Leo 2A4 gets a nice hit on the T-80 and it gets finished off by the Leos in the middle. Feels a bit rough right now for Toof. The tank exchanges at this stage are not going well. The previous fight he did really well, but since then it is not going his way. Darkneutron looking a lot better right now. He's got another 2A3 coming in with some 1A1A1s. His Apache remains alive. The Eagler went down to the far side, so the Apache can assist in killing the infantry now. I do see there's possibly a shift at the bottom. Has something else arrived down there for Toof? Oh, just an Eagler. I thought he maybe brought in something to push with. Just an Eagler that's arrived for the building. Let's try to get a kill on the Apache. It does go down. That's a good kill. T-80BV, IZD and a standard T-80BV coming in at the back now. This is what he needs. He needs a mass wall of tanks to push into these Leos and just tear them apart. 3 Leo 2A3s in the center. One of them is a command. And a Leo 2A4 and a Leo 2A3 at the right hand side of the screen right now over here. The problem is now, wherever Toof goes with these T-80s, he's at risk of being shot from both sides. And getting stuck in a crossfire with the T-80s isn't great. He's engaging on the Zisharungs with them as well now. There's a T-80 IZD-29 at this side. It's on its own. I do worry about it being on its own there. Another T-80BV being called in. He's going to have about 6 or 7 T-80s on the map soon. Conker's in the center there that arrived, trying to get shots off on the Leos. A little bit of damage being done, I think, but the Conker's also taking fire. T-80 BVIZD managing to shoot missiles from range as well. There's obviously the advantage of a T-80 over Leo. It does also have the long-range ATGMs. BMP-2s being used as good fire support against the Zisharungs. Loads of Pioneers and Grenadiers being pushed across the center there. They have been deployed early. That's going to waste a lot of Conker's missiles. Very quiet at this side, still waiting for those tanks to arrive. Bunch of Leos being called in, another 2A3 and some 1A5s. Still no movement at the bottom, artillery coming in. Again, trying to catch those Leos. Conker's firing out again. Does not get a hit though. I think it was trying to hit the Gepard there. There's a lot of infantry at the front of this area. Unfortunately, the artillery isn't quite hitting it. Leo 2A3 and 4 pushing up at the other side, going for probably a kill on the T-80BV there. The other T-80BV isn't up alongside it, so they're going to have free reign. Yeah, one shot. It smokes and backs off. There's a lack of recon at that edge for Toof at the moment, which may make it harder for him to be seeing these Leos pushing up. MI8 goes down to the Fliegerforst. It feels right now like there's just a huge mass of blue at the other side of this point. A lot of it is infantry though, and that's being easily dealt with by all these tanks. But the Leo 2A4 there able to fire out at the T-80. Gets 2 good hits. Smoke goes down. Leo's got a couple of good hits on the other T-80 at the back there. Has to smoke. These Leos being well micromanaged by Darkneutron. They're getting some good hits on the T-80s, and the T-80s barely marking those Leos. Finally, some good hits on the 2A4, but he loses a T-80 BV in the process. Leo 2A4 gets out with 1 pip of health. T-80 at this side pushing up, and the T-80 BV. Can they chase down these Leos and get some kills? Darkneutron pushing in the middle with his infantry and tanks at the same time. The Leo 2A3 and the 2A4 have managed to retreat. I think they're safe. T-80 BV pushing up here in the center. Those Leo 2A3s clearing up. 16 minutes left of this game. At the minute, it's not looking great for Toof, purely on the basis that he's lost more tanks. It's simply been the case that Darkneutron's kept more of his big tanks alive, and long term it will make a difference. Yeah, the Leo 2A3 and 2A4 this side getting repaired. T-80 BV moving up. Wait, did the 2A4 go down in the end? No, it didn't. It's further forward than I expected. That repaired really quick. Takes a nasty hit, though. Artillery coming in on the area. T-80 BV IZD takes a nasty hit and goes down to the Milan 2. T-80 BV pushing in. Leo 2A3 not taking much damage there. The MI8T goes down. The exchanges are not going well right now for Toof. He's losing quite a lot. Oh, there is a Mars in at the back of the map. There's something we don't see very often. Coming in on these tanks here. Forcing a retreat. I doubt it's going to get any kills, but it's certainly forced a retreat. Loads of supply coming in there for Darkneutron. Rosved could go down here at the front. Critical mass of Leos is getting there. Another 2A4 coming in the middle. I think Toff's in trouble here. I don't think he can stop that wall of tanks in the center of the map now. He's down to 1 Conkers, and he's got 3 tanks in the center, but realistically he's up against what, 4 2A3s and a 2A4 if you include the command tank. Yeah, they're coming up. Another T-80 BV IZD taking a lot of fire there, has to smoke again. The Leos are still coming. I think Darkneutron has realised there's not going to be enough to stop him. They take out another T-80. T-80 BVK goes down as well. That's the command tank dead. The last T-80 IZD moves up as well. Will surely die immediately. Yes, it does. And that's game. There's no coming back from losing that many tanks when your opponent has that many. Yeah. There's a surrender. Commiserations, Toof. Unfortunately, after your very good early exchange in the tank battle, it just went a little bit downhill, and as you can see, there is a bit of a difference in kills to losses there. Let's have a quick look at those. Yeah, there was that early engagement where this T80BV IZD got the 2A3 and the 1A1A1, and the other 1A1A1s went down at that side, but then it just turned around. These tanks mostly killing infantry. Infantry are a nice thing to kill, but we're just not seeing the kills on those Leos. They were being well managed by Darkneutron. As you can see towards the end of the game there, a lot more blue going down, but just not enough. A lot of it was cheap infantry and transports. It just wasn't those big tanks, whereas you've got quite a few in the space T80BVs. Unfortunate for Toof, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. Once you amass the tanks, if you can't hold on to them, it's game. Let's move on to game number 2 and see if Toof can bring this back for a 1-all draw. Welcome back to game number 2 with Darkneutron and Toof. Darkneutron this time over on the left in blue playing as the 3rd Armoured, and over on the right in red we have Toof playing as the 8th Infantry. So America versus America, bit of a civil war going on here. Let's have a look at what Darkneutron has down first, because I think he's got more down and ready. We have a sniper forward deployed and going up to this building here. Pretty standard stuff. We've got a couple of scouts moving up to here, and we've got some scouts moving over to here. Looks like Darkneutron isn't even going to worry about contesting this area of the map. That is very far back for some recon. I've done that myself though on this map. This is Vertigo Duel, obviously, with the 4 points in the center and a single back point each at the bottom of the map. I'll put that in quotes because it depends on the rotation of the map, obviously. No points at the back bits here on this version. Down at the bottom here we have some Stingers, some Fireteam 84s and a CV, which will be going up here and just getting defensive. I would be very surprised to see Toof push this back point. It is done very rarely. Only if you have like complete control of the center do anyone usually push that. Over at this side you've got Stingers, MP patrols with the M67 recoilless rifle, some Fireteam Laws. We have an M1A1 HA. Wow, that is an expensive early purchase. Pivads, Chaparral, and an M1A1 Abrams. We are seeing a very heavy push at the top here, bringing a HA in right off the bat. This could be very nasty and very effective. Over at the other side for Toof, we have Jäger Aufkel coming up to that building as well. Won't be able to get there before the snipers. Over here we have some more Jäger Aufkel coming up to the center. And one for the bottom. Rangers heading up to this point here. The Stingers and Itos going for those buildings there. Pretty standard stuff. We've got an Ito at the bottom here. And an Ihawk. Some mech rifles. Good choice. An M1A1 on this side as well. A CV. And some Stingers all heading up to this industrial area. We also see there is a jet out early there, an F-16C fighting Falcon, obviously to head off any choppers that may be coming from the 3rd Armoured. They do have access to a lot of Apaches. Let's spin ourselves round. I guess the first combat really is going to be at the top here, because Darkneutron isn't even contesting the bottom of the map. He's hoping to push through aggressively at the top. It really depends how he utilizes those M1A1s. He needs to be very aggressive at the top because he's not contesting the bottom at all. So if he doesn't contest up here very aggressively, he's already out of this game. Because once Toof gets into a lovely defendable position at the bottom there with a bunch of Itos and some Ihawks, it'll be very hard to push back into those bottom points. So he needs to be aggressive. He needs to take control of both of these. Whether Darkneutron can do that is up for debate. The sniper has arrived early. Beats the Jäger Aufkel there. Scouts deploying already. Not too much movement there at the moment. As it stands, it's allowing time for the Ito and the Stinger to get into these buildings, which will pose a threat to the tanks. But pushing up without the tanks is obviously risky in itself. Jäger Aufkel or Jäger Aufklärer should get torn apart here. Fighting Falcon doing a strafing run and a sniper do get the kill. And the Jaeger get in the building. They'll be happy with that. Tow launcher firing across from just outside the building there. Those Jaeger are not long for this world. The M1A1 is being pushed to the top. No messing about from Toof. Immediately redirected that tank. There is a lot here though, and here comes the push. Q move of those units a little bit further forward. Ito firing out. Just going for one of those little vehicles. And I mean, to be fair, that's what Darkneutron wants. Waste your tow missiles on those little vehicles. Looks like he's going for the Abrams there. Abrams smokes itself. That's its smoke gone though. Tow Cobra coming in and another M1A1. The M1A1 at this side. Now in range to open fire. Getting some shots off on the military police. Ito taking a lot of fire. It is leaving the district. Stinger not looking great at the moment. That M1A1 not making Toof think twice. He's pushing up the HA. It's side onto that tank at the moment. Oof. Manages to fire just in time, but it's only got a front shot on it. And the HA's firing computer's been reset. Chaparral gets the kill on the Cobra. Lots of losses here. The M1A1 is almost dead. Abrams, Command, and HA still in action. Nasty hit on the Abrams Command there, though. The M1A1 did get a final good hit before it has to retreat. Oh! The Ito gets the kill on the M1A1 HA. That is an expensive loss to an Ito. That was a beautiful side shot from the Ito there. Toof will be very happy with that. Bradley Recon coming in, and that other M1A1 almost arrived now. And Toof is kind of holding here. Toof is kind of holding. The M1A1 command had to retreat. And Darkneutron has been unsuccessful at taking this side of the map. What's happening at the other side? As I turn around and have a quick look over there. I mean, there's not a lot there holding it for Toof, realistically. He's not called in anything else. But there's absolutely no attempt to push there. What's coming in at that side? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So Toof can just sit pretty and call in all the reinforcements here. Because of the lack of pressure on the other side, it means that Toof can just fully reinforce this side of the map. And after a loss of a HA and quite a few infantry that were pushing here, I don't think this is looking great for Darkneutron anymore. Redirecting the M1A1 Abrams from the bottom of the map was a real bonus for Toof. It distracted those tanks, allowed the Ito to get some shots off. Apache rushing in here, the Fighting Falcon coming in for it though. This Apache is massively overextending and it goes down. Fighting Falcon also goes down, but that was a heck of an overextension on that Apache. It just charged in there. Cobra at the back managing to get some kills on the infantry here. There's artillery in for Darkneutron now. Hitting the supply at the back there. I'm surprised you can see that. Wow. Thunderbolt there. Intact. Nope. Goes down from an Eyehawk shot in the middle. Darkneutron not exchanging well here. He's lost a lot of units. Another M1A1 arrives in the center here for Toof. The other one is mostly repaired. He can now push those up. CV moving up from the bottom for Toof as well. Toof already on a +1. Still no movement at the other side other than Toof pushing some recon up to see what is defending for Darkneutron. M1A1's able to fire at those infantry, which are out in the middle of the fields again. Cobra at the back there, able to get some good shots on the mech rifles. Artillery coming in on the Chaparral location. Where is that Abrams command tank going? And do they have missiles? No, the ITO is out of missiles. There is a supply going for it now, though. This Abrams could get in a bad position here. Depending on what happens to that Cobra. I'm thinking that the Abrams could be hit by the ITO for a side shot again. I think he wants to get that Abrams into this point. ITO is very close to getting rearmed. Cobra pushing up here. Doesn't know the ITO's there yet. Possibly seen it now with the recon. Hard to say. There's the resupply. There's the missile firing. This is gonna... Oh. ITO goes down. I thought we were going to see another side shot there. Mech rifles routed, caught out in the open. Oh! I thought that Thunderbolt was going to come in and get a shot off on this command tank, but it veered off. Missile also missed the recon it was going for. Thunderbolt coming back in. Going for the recon. Still misses again. That Thunderbolt. Whoever's controlling the weapons on it needs firing. Bradley can't hit it either. Thunderbolt misses again and again. That Thunderbolt pilot is clearly drunk. MP Patrol here. Dishing out some damage to these transports. M1A1's fully repaired and pushing up now. Still nothing happening at the other side of the map. I keep checking the mini-map, but it's just all quiet over there. These Abrams able again to open up on these infantry. Firing at the command tank. They do smoke as they see another HA has appeared. But realistically, that HA going to be overwhelmed by multiple tanks and also the Bradley that's in action at the moment. Do see there's a command finally moving into that top point for Toof. Although the AH-1F Cobra knocking around as well. And the Chaparral coming in here. Artillery going in on top of those tanks. Chaparral coming in and a Pivads for Toof though. He's going to see off that Cobra next time it pushes up. +2 currently to Toof. It's going to be a while before he wins this game, but realistically, I'm wondering what Darkneutron can do here if we spin around. See it from Toof's side. Another HA on the way in for Darkneutron. But there's another TOW2 arriving here. There's a Bradley with TOW2 at the top there. 3 M1A1 Abrams in play. Some anti-air knocking around as well. Another Bradley knocking around at the bottom point now, just over there on the left-hand side of the screen. HA under fire by 2 M1A1s. Cobra trying to stun lock one down. Artillery going in on the supply at the back again. M1A1 Abrams not looking good. Does manage to smoke on a slither of health. It needs to get the hell out of there. HA's pushing up together here. This could be a good push from Darkneutron. HA's are scary. One of them is damaged though. The other M1A1 at the back here for Toof. Moving up a little bit. M1A1 Abrams takes a shot at that HA. Still just getting slightly repaired. TOW2 has moved up into position. Taking a shot at one of these tanks. Oh, smoke just in time. Chaparral engaging on the Cobra now. Nice hit. Cobra should go down here, and it does. Both M1A1s badly damaged, but the HA's not looking great either. M1A1 pushing up for Toof here. Potential to get a couple of shots off. Maybe he can finish off the HA, which is currently at a funny angle. TOW2 missile going out at it. Is it the wrong way round? That took a rear shot. Oh, bit of missed micromanagement there by Darkneutron. I'm pretty sure that was not reversing. It was actually going forwards towards the tree line. See if we can zoom in and check on that. Oh no, I think it was reversing. It just took a nasty hit from the TOW2. Finished it off. I honestly thought by the speed it was going, it was driving forwards. Well held here by Toof. Still +2. Abrams getting repaired very effectively. Taking all this infantry apart from range. Artillery going in on the back there. Nice hits on that Abrams. Command tank took a shell there. Even good if he can just keep them stressed out with that artillery going in. Which means they're less effective in combat. Mech Rifle's getting a bit overzealous here, running out into the middle. And there's the surrender. Commiserations to Darkneutron there. I don't know if that was a surrender. It wasn't a disconnect. Obviously, Toof was well out ahead in kills there, about double the kills to losses, and he just held. And unfortunately for Darkneutron, unless you do really well with that initial push, you can't then distract at the other side because you're having to push so much at that one side still. And it's a bit of a sticky situation. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. If you stop taking stuff in at that side, then realistically Toof is going to counter push with all of those tanks that he had to call in to defend it. Let's have a look. The Abrams obviously doing well there. The Cobra did a good job getting a lot of kills on a lot of infantry. MVP goes to the Cobra, but realistically it was a short game. There weren't a lot of kills there. But well played, guys. Obviously the TOW2 getting that HA was nasty, and the TOW1 getting the first HA equally quite nasty. That one over there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for some more Warno.